at Missouri National Grasslands. So we are driving into Theodore Roosevelt National Park today. We're just a few miles away. So we are at the Visitor Center for Teddy Roosevelt National Park. Look at that, a parking lot that's not overflowing. It's really nice. And this is Teddy Roosevelt's first cabin that he built. Maltese Cross cabin when he was living in the Dakotas. So this is what our guide described as prairie dog metropolis. You see all those spots of dirt out there? Those are prairie dog holes. See a couple over here. I hear them. There's one. Let me see. Where is he? There's one right there, standing guard. He's the lookout. There's a little guy wandering around among the wildflowers. Oh, there's another one right there. And another one there. We are very excited to see these almost empty parking lots. I mean, it's a shame more people don't visit this park, but it's nice to be away from the crowds. This is the Skyline Vista, just a short paved trail to beautiful view. Just beautiful views. So you can see there are Badlands formations here, just like at Badlands National Park, which we've also visited on this trip. But it is much greener here. More prairies, more trees, and the little, probably in part because the Little Missouri River runs through this park and through this region. Ooh, got some interesting berries there. So this is from the overlook spot. You can see a little bit of the Little Missouri River down there that carved out this valley. That's I-94 runs right through the middle of the park, or through the southern edge anyway. That is among the trees down there is where the river runs. When you're out west, you can always tell where the rivers are. It's where the trees are. And just beautiful, beautiful Badlands formations. So we've stopped off at Peaceful Valley Ranch. There is an actual ranch here, a dude ranch. First dude ranch in North Dakota, apparently. But we stopped here. This hiking trail is way too long for me, but we're just gonna do a little bit because I asked in the visitor center where the bison were hanging out today. Always do that at Custer State Park in the Black Hills. Here, anywhere there are bison. And the ranger told me that they are in Peaceful Valley today. They've been spotted around here. And we just saw some fresh bison droppings. So I think we're on the trail. It looks like the trail goes right across the river. As you can see, those people wading. We did not come equipped to wade. Left our water shoes in the car. So maybe we won't be seeing bison. Depends on where the herd is. Yeah, so we asked those hikers. The bison are about 1.5 miles down that way. So that's a little beyond my capabilities, but they did say they saw some wild horses, including one that we might be able to see down this way. And this is nice anyway, getting to be close to the Little Missouri.
right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let me see if I can get close enough to zoom in. Oh, yeah, right on the edge of the water, or in the water, maybe. That right there is a horse, that little dot. We'll get a little closer. As you can see, we're walking on a big floodplain. I'm sure in the spring, the river gets much bigger. As a side note, especially for those who watch my book videos and reading videos, we have been watching the original Lonesome Dove TV miniseries on this trip since we both read Lonesome Dove last summer for Big Book Summer, and enjoying that. Okay, so we're at the end of the floodplain here, and let me see, take my sunglasses off. There's the horse. Just hanging out, enjoying the cool water. It's a little warm today. It's supposed to be about 82, especially after spending so much time in Canada. It was so cool up there, really nice. Gonna be 87 tomorrow. I'm not sure I can take it. So we saw some tracks we didn't recognize in the soft mud near the water's edge. A three-toed, some kind of three-toed mammal, which didn't seem like anything we'd heard about in the park. So I looked it up, and I think it's a river otter. So this is the Wind Canyon Trail, another pretty short trail, 4/10 of a mile, a little loop that's 4/10 of a mile, and it's supposed to be spectacular views. Just came that way. And there's the Little Missouri, nicknamed Little Muddy. Oh, and there it goes up into the horizon there. Nice. See all the way up and downstream from here. So there were some stairs on this trail. We were up on top of there. Great views from up there. So this is our beautiful little campsite at Buffalo Gap Campground in Little Missouri National Grasslands. And look at this view we have all around us. Just beautiful. Very, very quiet here. At the moment, there's no one else here. Some of these sites are reserved for tonight, so. But this seems to be a campground where a lot of people, it's right on I-94. I think a lot of people just pull in for the night. We're here for 3 nights. It's just a few miles down the road from Theodore Roosevelt National Park, which is why we're here. And we've got this nice shady area back here. My husband just went to get firewood so we can have a fire tonight. I was just editing some of my video from the Canadian Rockies. And we're hoping to see some stars tonight too. It stayed light too late in Canada. Even on the nights I stayed up the latest and was turning my light out at like 11 o'clock, it was still not quite dark enough to see the stars. It's crazy. So, just relaxing this evening. I've got a pretty bad headache, but it's the first of the whole trip, so I'm calling that a win. I get migraines sometimes, but I think the heat today, and we were out exploring the park, and I think I waited too long to have lunch. So hunger plus, and when I say the heat, it got up to 82 today with 50% humidity. So it's not that hot. But I am used to the lovely weather, summer weather in Canada, which was low 70s and sunny, and yeah, just adjusting.
One behind us.
So we're sitting by the campfire and we can hear coyotes howling. Oh, sure. They stopped as soon as I got the camera out. Well, there was a beautiful sunset a little while ago. Ah, there we go. You hear the coyotes? Of course, right now there's an airplane and there's traffic on the highway, but coyotes are back there. Today we are driving to the north unit of Theodore Roosevelt National Park. It's a separate area, about an hour north of the south unit. And as you can see, we're getting into beautiful Badlands areas. I think the north unit's going to be really beautiful and probably even less crowded than the south unit was yesterday, because it's kind of out of the way. But friends had told us that it's definitely worth visiting. So this spot is called Cannonball Concretions because there are these round cannonball-like formations that formed a long time ago from minerals in the water binding the sediment together. And they're like these smooth balls. We're gonna take a closer look. So there are some of the cannonballs. Pretty wild. Some of them aren't perfectly spherical, but a lot of them are. Oh, I like those kind of formations. They look like a kid made sandcastles at the beach. really neat. Whoa, oh, there's some big ones. Wow. That is pretty wild. Over here, just a little to the side, got some really big spherical cannonballs. Neat. And just around the corner, wow, beautiful views. So this is the Little Mo Nature Trail along the Little Missouri River. And it's a nice short trail, paved and nice and flat, so I thought I could manage it. It's a very hot day. Well, for what we've been used to. It's here in the north unit, it's going up to about 85, about 87 back at our campground. And it's very dry here. The humidity is like 30 to 50% during the day, but up in northern Montana and the Canadian Rockies, we were used to highs of about 70 to 74. Nice little nature trail so far. We've got a book with points of interest along the way, booklet. And it's a really pretty view of the Badlands over here. You can see the cannonballs where we were a minute ago, right there. See them? But look how pretty that is. And here's a viewing point of the Little Missouri River. It's pretty wide here, but it's flowing pretty slowly. It is the middle of the day and it's pretty hot, so I doubt we will see any wildlife here.
And it's cooling off in the river.
Yeah, evening's probably the time to be near the river. Almost back to the car and the air conditioning. It is pretty hot out here. When there are little spots of shade like this, it makes a big difference, but it's pretty hot. This is just a short little walk to the River Bend Overlook. We've come up quite a bit in elevation. Beautiful views from there, and now we're gonna head a little closer. Wow. The view is just breathtaking. There's the Little Missouri down there winding around. Badlands in the foreground and in the distance. The sign said this point and this view was part of what made this become a national park. There's a CCC picnic shelter there, built by the Civilian Conservation Corps, part of the New Deal. in the 1930s. So we're in the CCC shelter now, and wow, the view out here on the point is just stunning. So we're out in front of the Civilian Conservation Corps shelter now, and got like a 270-degree view, just beautiful. You can see the Badlands in the back there and in the foreground. There's the little Missouri winding through. Beautiful Badlands. This is the bentonite clay overlook. Bentonite clay are those dark, like grayish black strips in the Badlands that you see. I was trying to get away from engine noise, but somebody just pulled up right next to me. Okay, a little quieter over here and nicer view too. Although my husband followed me with our car, so you can still hear that. Wow. I've been posting pictures on Facebook, and a friend at home said, do you ever feel like just too many scenic overlooks? Do you get sick of it? But this still has the power to take my breath away. This is the very end of the scenic drive in the North unit, and it is Oxbow Overlook. More views of the Badlands. There's the little Missouri down there. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you look at the river, it is an oxbow here. That's when it forms like horseshoe shape, almost a circle. And this one is, yeah, it's big, but you can see it if you follow it from up top, down around to the front, and off into the distance.
Just a canyon.
So even though we're both pretty exhausted, I think the heat did us in today. We did just drive out. I wanted to see this area. It's called Painted Canyon, and I thought it would be beautiful at sunset. And it's not quite sunset yet, but in this evening light, it's just stunning. Just breathtaking. Definitely worth driving out again. Very quiet and peaceful out here. There are a few other people out here, but we're hoping to see some wildlife too, since they usually come out in the evening, but no sign of any. Well, we saw some bison droppings, but no bison.